In the spring of 2023, my wife and I decided to take a 14-day two-up motorcycle tour from Denver, Colorado. We rode to San Diego, up the California coast to San Francisco, and all the way back to Denver. This is going to be on the 1100 DCT Honda Africa Twin, and that says two-up tour. I'm sitting here with my wife, Yolan. My name is Paul. And this was our first two-up tour ever. I mean, you know, I've been riding for many years, but it wasn't until we watched a Long Way series, Round, Down, and Up, that I was able to convince my wife to actually do this with me. So we're gonna start rolling out of the garage. We got a fully packed bike. It's pretty darn heavy. I was up all night trying to figure out how to pack this thing and make sure that I wasn't too much. I didn't have too much weight, and it was heavy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and grab those bars, plant my feet to the ground, and get Yolan on board. So she's sitting here next to me. How'd you feel on the back of that bike right before we started heading out?
Actually, I'm pretty nervous before. You know, when the beginning, I'm really nervous. That's my feeling. But after that, we are on the
once we got on the road,
yeah, I feel better.
So we stopped, got gas. This is right outside our neighborhood, and we're gonna just roll out. We're heading north on Broadway. This is this street actually would take you straight into downtown Denver if you stayed on it. But we're gonna work to try to escape the city. So other than just wanting to do a tour, motorcycle tour, I also wanted to kill two birds with one stone. The saddle I have on the bike is fairly uncomfortable, and we were trying to figure out where we should go for our first tour, and I thought, why not go to Corbin out in Hollister, California? And so we started planning the trip there. And, you know, it took me, gosh, I started planning like a month before we took off. You know, creating the routes and the maps and try to figure out where we want to go. And one of the things I really wanted to do was avoid the interstates and just, you know, keep things around 60, 65 miles an hour and stay on the highways and just enjoy the scenery. Now, the bike handled very differently, and the front end was actually a little bit wobbly until I got used to, or until I figured out how to control it. Just, you know, lighter control pressures on the bars to keep the bike stable, especially at slower speeds.
What that's left corner?
Oh, that's... So you can kind of see downtown Denver here. Way off in the distance there, you can see the towers jutting up. Yeah, we were both pretty excited. So the plan is on this route, we're heading to Durango, and you know, we bit off a big chunk of distance here because this was the longest ride on the entire trip. It's about a 6-hour ride. We'll whittle it down we're going to whittle it down to about 40 minutes. So was it windy back there, Yolan? I mean, I tried to...
No. not that windy, but on the motorcycle, it feels that way. Not that windy. Pretty good, pretty nice day.
It was a really nice day until it started raining.
That's afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah,
we
after
almost
lunch.
get to drag after lunch.
After lunch. So Yolande, if you can't tell, she's from central China.
Thank you.
Well,
That's good mention.
I mean, it's kind of cool because when I was out there, I don't think I saw anybody doing this. Is this something popular in China? Motorcycle touring, tulip touring?
I think not that popular before, but for today, a lot of people tour with motorcycle, and also have a lot of people tour with bike, cross the different country, even they trip all the world or half world. Pretty impressive me.
Are they Americans or are they local?
They local Chinese people.
Really?
Yeah. One of I showed you before, the bike tour. He's pretty famous on the social media right today. Yeah.
So off to our left of this bridge here is our local community college, ACC. What a wonderful memory that was. And then the train tracks on the right, that's the city train, RTD, take you into Denver. And we're going to go through downtown Littleton. We're still I'd say about 12 miles from downtown Denver here. It's a really pretty bike ride. This is a nice this is kind of a cool little town because in the Denver metro, there's not a lot of cute, cozy downtown areas. There's here, which is kind of neat, with the shops and the restaurants off to the sides. And you can sit outside or just walk down the street and do some shopping. And then there's also downtown Arvada, which is really nice. But then you don't really see a whole lot of other downtown-y areas in Denver. It's one thing I missed about California. It's like California, well, you'll see that later. It's just one little downtown after another in the city, So, like I said, we were kind of motivated by, I'd seen that, the Long Way series a couple of times. Long Way Round, Long Way Down, Long Way Up. And then I got Yolande hooked on the show. And after she saw it, she said she wanted to try it. Why? Why? What about that series made you want to do the camping and the touring?
So be honest, the main purpose I want to go this trip with you because the most important, I want to fix your
saddle.
Yeah, your seat on the bike. That's my main goal.
Yeah, but you could just go out there, pick up the seat. Why tour?
I tried to ask you before. You probably forgot. I said, you can. I think the you told me.
Let's back up.
No.
No, yeah.
Great.
No, after watching the TV, after watching Long Way Round,
Yeah.
I didn't even have the Africa Twin.
Yes.
We had the little Suzuki.
Yeah, we
650.
talked about that before. It's, yeah, that's because that's documented. Because that's when we watched that document, that's really making me excited, and it's really fun. I like have some experience the like trip for that. But when you really do that, I have really pressure to worry about the known way.
So
and
you're like, oh shit, we're actually gonna do this.
Yes, right. Okay, you got me.
Well, I found that bike, and we drove out to Kansas to pick it up. Remember?
Yes, I remember.
And I remember you were also really excited. You wanted to ride on the back home, but you had to drive, so you're kind of bummed.
Nah.
But it was cold.
Yeah.
A bit cold.
I just want to, safely get home. That's all.
So this road, Wadsworth, it's a big road. It goes pretty much from one end of the metro to the other in a perfectly straight line. That bridge, that's Highway 285. We're going to get on that and continue south. But if we stayed on Wadsworth here and we just kept going straight from after this bridge, we're actually on 285 north. And that'll take you all the way up to Fort Collins and north of there into Wyoming. So we're going to get on 285 here and start working our way south. We're going to be on 285 for a long way. It's a really pretty highway. So this was kind of for me, this ramp here just tells me, here we go. We're on our way. This was like right here is like the beginning of the tour. You know what I mean?
I know. We are really on the way.
Yeah, we're actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, we're actually doing this.
So when we on the way, on this highway, are you think about some? Do you have anything you worry about something, or do you have regret?
Oh, I didn't. No regrets. But I guess the one thing I was always thinking about, from the moment I got on the motorcycle to the time I put the motorcycle back in the garage, is that I have precious cargo in the back.
Because
because of you.
We never have no trip on this new bike.
Well, it's more than that. It's anytime I'm riding 2-up, anytime I'm on the road and you're on the back, it just raises the stakes. I have to be so much. I just try to dial in my focus. Make sure that I'm not taking any unnecessary risks. I mean, I tend not to ride in a risky way in the first place, but if it's just me, here's our flyover here. I'll show you there, 285. It's a long road, yeah. For some reason, Google Earth was elevating my GPS line. I don't know why. But yeah, so when you have a passenger on the back of the bike, and I see these idiots all the time trying to show off to their girlfriends or whoever's on the back of the bike by riding like a complete imbecile, you know, and you know, going too fast or weaving in and out of traffic or, you know, accelerating so that, you know, she's practically falling off the back of the bike. And, you know, for me, it's just the opposite. Just, you know, notch it up, become more conservative, ride more safely, take fewer risks. You know, and stay off the bumper. You know, follow at a safer distance, and especially, I mean, with the bike being this heavy too right now. Really, I felt like I needed to follow a safer distance. Take a slow down, and also when you come into a stop like this at a bike, you kind of have to. What you're trying to do is ride at the slowest limit you possibly can until you put your feet down. It's not like you come to a stop and then put your feet down. You're slowing until you're at the slowest controllable speed, and so then it's just a matter of tapping that brake and putting your feet down, because, you know, tipping over with a passenger on the back, you don't want to do that. That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you proved you are a safe man.
Well, I try.
You made it.
Well, yeah, we're here talking about it now. Here we're just coming through Conifer. It's a little mountain town. It's kind of a cute little town. And then the next little town we come to is Bailey, Colorado, which is another cute little mountain town. They're all cute from here on out. Lots of little towns that you go through. 285 is fairly lonely, but it's you know, there's enough to kind of keep it interesting. There's plenty of fuel stops, and we're heading to Buena Vista for gas or for lunch. I think, how long were we on the road before we got there? 2 hours? 2.5?
2.5, probably 2.5.
Yeah, because I was already getting a little sore.
Yeah.
And Buena Vista, the most unique thing about it is its name, because a lot of people want to pronounce it Buena Vista, which is wrong. It's
Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just again and again. Just practice.
See the clouds kind of coming in. This last winter we had a ton of snow, and there's still a lot of snowpack out there. You can still see it, and it melts. And when it melts, you get these big storm clouds. And when they start coming over the mountains and over warmer air, it gets really wet. So I mean, I think the worst weather we had was here in Colorado along the entire trip. But yeah, this part here, it's really clicked in your mind that you're on the adventure now. You know, beautiful road.
Yeah, beautiful view.
We're in Buena Vista.
What?
You know where we're at?
We are
Yeah, where are we?
Buena Vista.
Very good.
Buena Vista. Are you film video?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, that's
Absolutely.
far away. You want to show you? Let me take you. Hi.
Ni hao.
This interview.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah. So, do you know where We are.
You just told me.
You say
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
So, how's your feeling?
My ass is sore.
That's it?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah. So, breaking in the tailbones. Don't understand.
I know. I know the means tail. Okay, that's fine. We need to
Do
get
our server.
do you want?
Our server, the one who giving us our food. You can interview her.
Okay.
You do it. You got the camera. That's funny because I mean, not even 2 hours into the ride hour, you need to shave.
Growing fast.
No, I mean, I wasn't expecting much in Buena Vista, but we saw the Chinese restaurant. We're like, hey, let's get Chinese in Buena Vista.
Just the Chinese fast food.
It was, yeah. I mean, you can kind of tell the good Chinese restaurants from the bad ones, and I'm sorry, but if the Chinese restaurant's packed full of old white people, it's probably not that good.
Oh, that's the lunch, right?
Yeah, that's really
For the lunchtime special.
Yeah, it's very ordinary. I mean, I don't know, maybe a lot of you don't know the difference between authentic Chinese and good Chinese or American Chinese, but you know, the American Chinese is all really sweet, and it's always got like a kind of a, it's like saucy, it's like a sweet sauce, and authentic stuff is just, it's spicy and salty. It's not sweet at all. So yeah, after lunch, we hit the road, and clouds just keep building up, and there were some pockets of rain along 285 here, and we get hit with these big old crosswinds. And fortunately, we didn't go through the middle of anything. It just, we were always on like the outside of the storm. But you know, we get like the rain would come and hit us in the side of the face because of the crosswind. It was trying to blow us off the highway. I know the crosswinds were your favorite thing.
I don't remember. We had rain before we put on the rain gear.
Well, yeah, we went through a few little clouds that had rain. It wasn't real wet, but
Just some dripping.
yeah, it was enough of a drizzle where, you know, I couldn't see clearly through the shield.
Actually, not bad because, you know, I feel pretty hot, and I give them some feel cool.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Looks cloudy, but we're wearing the bike suit, pretty warm. I'm sweating.
Well, we packed the clothes that we packed for. We had specific clothes for riding gear, and then we had different clothes just to wear under the riding gear. But we both had riding jackets and riding pants. And your pants, turns out that liner doesn't remove.
Yeah.
And so your pants were a little warmer than mine. I was able to pull the liner out and got a little more airflow, which was nice on a warmer day. And it got hotter. Today was actually not too bad. But, and so we have the HWK pants, and then I have I forget the name of the jacket. It's an older jacket, but and then Yolan has the Scorpion jacket. And they're all, multi-season. So you can strip out the wind liner and or insulated liner. But the jacket, or the pants, unfortunately, hers didn't do that. So, got a little warm. So, and then we also packed, so the jackets, none of our jackets had liners in them, because what we wanted to do is pack a separate windbreaker jacket that was thinner than the ones the motorcycle jackets came with. And then also a thermal jacket that we could wear under our motorcycle gear that would be packable. So we had like those little down jackets that you can pack real small, and then we could wear those if we were at the campground. We could wear them at the campground or go hiking. And then when we're not wearing them on the bike, they don't take up a lot of room, so we could just pack them in a stuff bag. And that's what we did. So our windbreakers and our thermal jackets are in a waterproof stuff bag that I tied to the front engine guard. And then I also have another stuff bag that's waterproof on the other side of the engine guard that has all of our rain gear in it, which includes a rainproof jacket and pants, and those are also HWK, and they actually worked out really well.
Yeah. Where is it?
Oh, this is just Sugachi, I guess. Sukwachi. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Squatch.
Just this little teeny town before we make that turn up Highway 112, I think. We're not far from 112 here. And, I'm kind of keeping my eyes on the west, which is where we have to actually turn west and go over a fairly large mountain pass. And that mountain pass, every time I drive over it, it's pretty treacherous weather. If it's raining, it gets really raining, and if it's snowing, it gets really snowy. It goes up there pretty high. So I was a little worried about that pass, so I'm thinking about it now. So in our helmets, we have a couple of Scorpion helmets that are modular, which was actually really nice to have the modular helmets on the touring ride. But we also have the communication device. I'm trying to think of the name. It's brain fart right now.
Look, is this our already put on our rain gear?
Not yet. Oh, we have the Cenas. That's what they are. Cena. No, we haven't stopped yet. But you can see how black those clouds are, right? Yeah, that's what.
So I just saw front have rain.
Yeah, that was getting me a little nervous. Those clouds. And yeah, so we pull over up ahead to put on our rain gear and just get ready. So the Cenas worked great. We did run out of battery a couple times, but I had a battery that I packed that I could plug in directly to the Cena, and I kept that battery in my tank bag, and so it was really easy to keep those charged up. So I think this was our first gas stop. We didn't get gas in Buena Vista, did we?
No, actually, we fill the gas
this
here.
This is our first stop, yeah.
We put on the rain gear here.
Mm-hmm. And this is about 4 hours into the ride. So, yeah, we were doing really good with gas. It was nice. I mean, fill up the tank for like $10.
Yep. Surprised me.
Yeah.
And I also want to say you really did a good job with parking and organize the stuff. The smart for the front 2 bags.
Yeah, for the rain gear and the motorcycle gear.
Yeah. We don't need to take out all the package.
Yeah. Well, here I put away the camera. I covered everything up because I was expecting a downpour, but it really wasn't that bad. We got a little bit of drizzle, but unfortunately we don't have any video coming through the pass here. But we got a lot more beautiful video on the next 13 days of riding.
This goes through the mountains?
Yeah, this is when we went through the mountains, and then now we're heading into that's.
Well, we
the town
made
of
it.
Durango.
Oh, we're here.
We're here.
We made it.
That's fast. Oh my.
So we're in Durango, Colorado.
Wow, no.
And this is my buddy Kevin's house. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Converted a train station into a home. Pretty cool place. Pretty amazing view. And Yolan's wearing shorts.
What? That's problem?
Not a problem.
Okay, good.
Not a problem. Whoops. Okay. So here we are. Durango. Beautiful.
Jeez.
Well, I can't wait to hear the high school stories.
Oh, God. I'm sure you'll hear them.
The street. Now they're all on the street. Well, several are on the street. Have tables and stuff out. Oh, this window.
Oops.
There's one for $3 million.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. What? The market's really going down. That's similar to like a little old house.
Should we show them the secret compartments in the
I
in
don't
the
know
shred?
the secret compartments, do you?
I know a couple. I used to know a couple
It
of
looks
them.
like they repainted it, doesn't it? Or am I imagining?
Yeah,
It's
the
like
white
really,
is
like-
popping. You're right.
You should have bring your GoPro.
Ah, this will work.
How much?
You can see it.
Did they fix it?
I think they either it broke or they're not letting people do it.
And I know that part.
So this is a local artist, and I bought him a card. She makes cards.
Oh yeah. And I got him for his birthday one year because it's got the train on it.
Oh.
That's
So cool. I didn't know her art. I guess it's a her.
Which is it?
the name? Like this.
Another hallway entrance to another side.
Mhm.
So,
So-
you just
Yeah, so that was the station master's office right here where the kitchen is.
don't take a video include our shit.
Okay, this is a Victorian motorcycle case.
I
It was discovered on a dig in Georgia.
So tell me about this picture over here, Kevin.
That's actually a still shot out of the movie Around the World in 80 Days. It won the Best Picture Oscar in 1956. And that is a scene that would be on this side of the house with David Niven and Shirley MacLaine and a couple others.
And that's where we're at in this.
Yes, that's right. We're not in
train
the
station.
land, but we're in the train station because I moved the whole train station.
So you cut the train station in half
Yes, I did.
to move it up this big hill.
That is true.
That must have been fun.
It was. In fact, halfway up the hill on one of them, they got stuck. The half that we're standing on, they got stuck on.
Yeah.
And so they had to get a bulldozer to finish the way. And the whole thing was so heavy that they had to lay down steel plates on when they would cross into streets so that it didn't crush the fiber optics in
Wow.
the ground.
Huh.
But yeah, this is where you see wood Oh, hey, ooh, gosh. Where you see,
Try that. My old friend Kevin.
my old friend
40
Paul.
years.
40 years. Yeah,
Damn.
that is true.
Hello. And that's my wife. And enjoying sitting there.
Yeah, nice.
So then you were talking about where the in the kitchen has some significance, right?
Yeah.
As far as like the operations of the train station.
Yeah, that was the station master's office, and it's the only place. This whole thing is basically a big shoebox, except there where that bump out is, and that was how he could look down the tracks. And then in the middle of the windows was the paddles for the semaphore, so he could tell trains whether the track was clear to come and go.
That's cool. And then that 486.
That is of course, that's not original. It's something we did, but it is a class of the 400 level steam locomotives is a classification, and the 486 is a real Durango in operation still steam locomotive here.
And then you have you have this pool table situated on purpose right by the train tracks.
Yeah, so the pool, because of the movie Around the World in 80 Days, that's originally a book from Jules Verne, the originator of steampunk. So I wanted to bring in a little steampunk, an old-fashioned feel, but the movie itself starts on a bet. Can you make it around the world in 80 days? And they were playing billiards. So it was a great excuse for me to have a billiards
pool
table.
table.
Doesn't everybody pick a billiards table over a dining room table?
Yeah. I love these lights you put in here.
So they're weighted. That's a little bit of the steampunk feel, like a little bit. So the weights they're adjustable up and down, and
That's cool.
yeah, just try. Steampunk kind of has that old-fashioned, sort of like technology that didn't become or high tech, but back in the old west. So that's what I like. I like the belt pulley for the fan.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
So you need to pull the how to move.
You mean how do I turn it on? It's just got a wall switch. No.
Oh, a wall switch. Woo! All right. Well, that's our stay.
So the belt just turn the
It
fan
spins.
around.
That's exactly right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Paul.
Kevin's a geek. This is cool.
So this fuel gas.
Yep.
Wow.
I just did that for the winter. I got to get it back up and running for
Pretty new. This
1966.
I mean the shape.
Yeah, it reminds me of the space program. When I look at the shape and I see like the way the doors are in the roof, it reminds me of like space capsules and the space race and all that sort of thing.
I mean everything looks the protected pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, it needs
Like the wheels, everything, the dashboard, inside, everything looks pretty good.
not bad.
Looks like you
No?
reupholstered it, or the interior looks almost new.
I didn't reupholster it.
Really?
That's how I got it. So,
That's why.
but these are original. The trim tag says that it was original. So it's a 420. It's a 1966 427 cubic inch motor. So it was the largest one. Now it's only 1/10 of the Corvettes that year were that.
The tire is so.
Yeah,
Why?
those are a modern kind of thing. They weren't originally that wide. It was always a black car with silver on the inside. I was like, "Do you think we have enough to finish it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think so. We might." Anyway, we did, and then it made this patchwork. And I showed up, and the painter was just getting ready to start. And I was like, "Stop! It has to stay. It's part of the story."
Paint.
He wanted to paint it.
Yeah, no, this is pretty good.
It had
And I can see this too.
that just needs help
That just needs
for
paint.
what it's worth. 20 years of not taking care of it.